Stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'd like to call this meeting to order, 4:11.
Public input.
Thank you. And can we have a roll call, please?
Yes. Mr. Mike Sweeney.
Here.
Mr. Andrew Salazar. Here. Mr. Oliver Lesbros.
Here.
Mr. Travis Regensburg. Present. And Ms. Starford. We do have a quorum, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I move that we approve the agenda as stated here.
Very well. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, very well. Ayes have it. Agenda is approved. Gentlemen, have you had an opportunity to review the minutes? And if so, are there any changes or can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting?
I'll move that we approve the minutes as.
Very well. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I abstained, I wasn't here.
Okay, very well. So moved and passed. Okay. I will now ask for public comments, okay? If you haven't signed in to comment, please let us know. But I will call on the first person if we may. I can't read the first name, I apologize. Madrid? What's that? Paula Madrid, I'm sorry, I just couldn't read the first name. Ms. Madrid, Mrs. Madrid? Oh, you didn't want to comment, this just the sign. Okay, very well. No, I don't need to. Tom Jacobson? Okay. Lisa,
I got it confused.
oh, okay.
That's the
Okay.
public, but they probably signed up on that as a assignment.
I'm just gonna go through each name and you let me know if you want to comment, okay, guys? So Lisa Jacobson, did you want to speak?
Yes.
Very well, please come up. And we've got you for 3 minutes, okay?
Okay. I live at 706 Sapio Street, which is that little squib of Montezuma Avenue, just before the fall off on Kavanaugh Street and Montezuma Avenue continues.
Yes.
We've been there for 7 years, and despite repeated attempts for us to ask the city to maintain that road in that area, which is theirs,
Yes.
it's all been denied. We get no snow plowing up there. The road, Montezuma Avenue, which belongs to the city of Las Vegas, we repair, we buy gravel, we have it graded in order to do that for ourselves. The road up to that property that's under consideration is not paved, and quite honestly, it's fallen apart. So you talk about bringing more traffic, more people on a road that the city has shown little to no interest in maintaining as far as basic infrastructure is concerned, is a nightmare from our perspective.
All right, thank you so much, appreciate your comment. David Garcia?
You say David Garcia?
Yes, sir.
I'm David Garcia.
Garcia,
I live in 811 Sapeo Street. Actually, I live in Albuquerque, but I'm retiring, and my intentions are to move back here to 811 Sapeo. I've been working on it for about 15 years. I can't say much now because I don't know what's going to happen just by reading your letter. I don't see a map where I can say yay or nay, so right now I'm blank. I can't say any. I don't know what you're doing. The letter itself explains it, but doesn't show me something I need to see.
and Scott will be going over that, no. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Garcia. Ines Garcia?
Oh, I'm just here.
Very well. Michael Garcia?
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Real good, and yourself?
Good, good. Yeah,
Good,
my name's
thank you.
Michael Garcia. I live on 805 Montezuma Street, White House, right next to where you guys want to build. Anyways, like she said, the roads haven't been taken care of for many, many years. Our family has lived up there for 50 to 70 years on that hill. These are all my brothers and sisters behind me, not all of them, but a good portion of them that got letters to that area. And are we still gonna be able to get up here and talk about what you guys are doing and everything besides the rezoning? Do you guys have like plans, site plans, anything that we can look at and see exactly what you guys are doing?
Again, Scott will be reviewing that in a moment, and if you wish to then testify a little later, we can do that also.
Yeah, because right now, I mean, you guys are just gonna ask us questions for and against
Yeah.
the zoning and that's it, or?
Right now, we're just public comment, whatever comment you'd
Okay.
like to have.
All right. All right, well, yeah, I mean, she kind of nailed it in that part of the question, but we do want to speak again, you know?
Very well.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Joe Garcia? Hi, Mr. Garcia, how are you, sir?
Good. My name is Joe Garcia. I live in Albuquerque. We all have owned property there in that whole area. Like my other brother that Michael had just spoke. My family's been there for about 70 years.
Yeah.
The Dominguez's, that used to own the restaurant,
Okay,
owned one part of the top of that hill. My family owns the other part. What we don't want to see happen is an apartment complex that's going to depreciate the existing properties.
Sure.
Most closest to the homes that we have right now. So we do want to see in advance what you all have in mind, what you're thinking of doing. I know what R2 is, R3 is, commercial, I understand all that. So do we. But we want to make sure that we're not looking at an apartment complex that's going to be Section 8
okay.
or something that's going to take values down.
Yeah, and I think Scott will cover that in a minute. Yeah, I think Scott will cover that for you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all I have to say for now.
Mr. Garcia, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Barbara Garcia?
Can we just comment after we actually see what's going on?
Well, public comment is right now, and then if you'd like to testify after the presentation, then I will actually swear you in, and you can testify from there. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Barbara Garcia.
Hi, Barbara.
I'm also here with my brothers here, and we're here for the same situation. If we can also get the same information before we can comment,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. And we have Teresa Foster? No, okay. And Roseanne Archuleta?
Yes, sir, I do want to comment, but I'd
Come on.
prefer to,
Come on.
I would like to comment, but I would
Okay.
prefer to wait till after you guys explain exactly what's going on.
Very well.
Because I have a statement I'd like to read to y'all.
Would you like to read it
Would
at
you
this
want me to
point?
do it now?
Sure. It'd be a good time for a statement.
Okay. My name is Rosanna Archuleta, and I live at 815 Sapeo Street, right next to the property being considered for rezoning. I'm here respectfully opposing the request to rezone 659 Sapeo Street for a multifamily apartment complex. First reason, this part of Sapeo is entirely single-family homes. Our neighborhood is quiet, low density, and well-maintained. Allowing R2 zoning here would bring a level of density that does not fit the size or character of our street. It would place a large multi-unit building in an area that has never been designed for that type of development. Number two, Las Vegas has been dealing with water and infrastructure issues for years, especially after the fires. The city is still working on major upgrades in our water system. Before adding higher density housing, We need to make sure that water, sewer, electricity capacity can actually support it. On our block, we already see power interruptions, so adding a complex like this would raise real concerns about reliability. Number 3, Sapeo Street is a small residential road. It is not built for the amount of traffic and parking a multifamily complex would bring. More cars, more turning, more movement, more parking on street that will be harder and less safe for neighbors, children, and even emergency vehicles. At a minimum, a traffic study should be completed before any rezoning is approved. Number 4, because my home directly borders this property, the impact on me will be significant. A 2 or 3 story building right in front of my house will block views, reduce my privacy, and bring noise and lights much closer than anything that exists today. That affects my quality of life, my value of my home I've worked very hard for. I also want to point out that there are better locations for a multifamily housing like Mills Avenue, the area already zoned and used for high-density development. This spot makes more sense and would have far less impact on established single-family neighborhood like ours. For all these reasons, I respectfully ask the board to deny the zoning change, or at least delay the decision until full studies can be done on traffic, utilities, and overall impacts. Thank you for your time and for listening to the concerns of those of us who will be directly affected.
Archuleta, thank you very much.
And I also made a personal letter that I'd like for you guys to file away, see, look at.
You leave it with Mr. Ortiz, I appreciate that, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Okay. All right, can I have a motion to open the hearing on item A and B, number 1, item A and B, for the approval or disapproval for the application to vacate the plat at 659 Sapeo Street? Can I get a motion just to open the hearing, gentlemen?
I move to open the hearing.
Very well, can I have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you so much. I will now ask Scott, would you like to
Would you
present?
like for us to
And-
get a laptop so we can put some drawings up?
Might be a nice idea, so
Can we get a
everyone,
recess to do that for a few minutes? and
Yes, sir.
Gather it?
would you like me to swear you in now or in a moment?
Probably when he gets back, then I'll go grab that
Okay.
laptop and we could
Okay.
throw it up on the screen so they can see what the renderings look like.
Yes, I think that's a very smart idea. Can you speak to the public, please? What's that?
Have they been shown these?
I'm not sure. No, I don't know what
I
that
didn't
is.
get these in our email.
I didn't get any of this. I usually get the packet. These were sitting here when I got here.
One on the packet
Yeah,
came in my
so
email, but these ones.
There you go. Yeah, this one.
That's the big one's gonna get 'em.
Biggest hit here.
Are you ready, Scott?
Yes, sir.
Very well. Can I have you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear that the testimony that you are about to give in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
So help you God.
Thank you.
Thank you. And let the record show that Mr. Ortiz and Mr. Marquez were also sworn in at the same time. Please. Go right ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, Chairman and board members. So we'll be asking for two separate things. So the first hearing is on the vacation of Montezuma Street. Let me see if I can get this to scroll down.
Is there any way that you can present from your desk, just so that the public can see you?
Okay.
Is that a possibility, or? What's that?
You wouldn't be able to reach.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know it was hard plugged. No problem then.
I'm trying to get this to scroll down. So this would be let me start from the beginning. 659 Sapio is the former El Alto Supper Club. The city acquired that property, so there was a dedicated street between the two tracts of property there. One is zoned commercial, one is zoned residential. So the street is not improved and hasn't been used, so we were asking for the vacation of that street. It's one block, and if you've got your maps, this is kind of a drawing showing of what we would like to do. This is in the infancy stages with the city, but if we could vacate that section of Montezuma, not the part across the street from Sapio between Cavino and Sapio, we're not talking about that section, only the section that was in with the El Alto Supper Club.
Okay.
So that's the first item is the vacating of the
Is it a usable street at this point in time?
No, sir, it is
Okay.
not. In your packet, you do have photos that show it's fenced off and it's not used and not improved.
Okay. Do we have
We're
some
considering
questions?
the vacation. So I'm seeing over here on this plot over here, there's a lot 45 and lot 38, and the vacated is the one that you marked in green, right?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
That's what we're looking at.
Yes.
As far as this is concerned right now. So the intention of this is to make it one contiguous lot altogether?
One contiguous tract of property, yes, sir.
So once we vacate this street, we're still gonna have one area that's C1 and one that's what is it, R3?
R3.
R3,
yes, sir.
C1 and R3, so that'll be separate.
Yes, sir.
So when we vacate this property right here, what will the zoning come in as
Well,
as we do the vacation?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna defer to my director.
Or,
If we vacate that street, what would it come in zoned as?
well, that would come in, well, it has to be an acre lot, so it's not gonna be that, so it's just gonna be a vacation, the street would fall into the zone that the property is in right now. So it's not an acre tract.
It'd be a 1 acre tract, so what would the zone, cause the reason I'm asking is cause we're gonna be reconsidering the rezoning of.
That's, so you're vacating the street, so the street will become a piece of the property. At that same time, he's gonna be asking for rezoning the entire property. So it's not gonna fall into anything, it wouldn't meet any of the zoning ordinances for the city of Las Vegas, so that street that's within the Alto Supper Club property, would just become, it's just.
That's C1, right? The
Yeah,
Alto
yeah.
Supper Club, but the
So,
one next door is.
and basically, when you do vacate a property, 50-50 is the split, so 50% would go to probably the C1 and the 50% would go to the R3.
R3.
And then from there, he's gonna ask for the whole property to become the zone that he's requesting.
Okay, I understood. And I just asking so that maybe the audience, if they have any questions in reference to that, can also understand the same, what is going on as well. I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, so anything on the north side of Sapeo Street, we're not asking anything for that. It's all within the property of the Altos, well, the city of Las Vegas' property that used to be formerly the Altos Supper Club.
Understood. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sweeney, Mr. Hassad, any?
No questions at this time.
Okay.
R3. So the property that's R3 is the red, in red? Right?
That'll be 38.
38? Is that the parking lot for El Auto?
It might have been at one time.
Yeah.
Actually, right
that was-
now, it's just weeds.
So the driveway that used to turn in to go to the Alto Supper Club was actually Montezuma Street according to the maps. It goes straight all the way to Crestone Circle.
But they used to use it as,
They used to use it as parking lot, so
There's
that's,
no way to get across.
yeah.
there.
There's no way.
that's
you-
the dead end right
The
there.
dead end's right there at that property line.
Okay.
I have a question. Isn't El Alto, is that the Robo sitting there? The supper club has been knocked down?
The supper club has been gone for about 2 years, 3 years, around there now.
Just, there's a pile of rubble?
No, there's nothing there now, it's just flat land.
Flat?
Yeah.
Okay.
What street would people access the proposed building?
So the
Proposed homes would be entered from Sapio. We would have to replat the entire property into the single lots.
So they would not be turning up New Mexico on, I don't know what street that.
They would turn up New Mexico onto Sapio, and then they would enter their properties from Sapio.
And Sapio is the street that, with the hill? The big hill, okay. The other one would be Tecolote, right, on the other side?
There's Kavanaugh down to the north side, and then you got the Crestone Circle to the other side.
Okay, all right. So just vacating the street at this particular point in time
yes, sir.
does not change any outlook on anybody's property at this point in time, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. It is not being used as a street.
No, sir.
So if I'm correct, and I think I am, just to get a little summary on it, is we are simply trying to change a vacant lot, which is supposed to be a street, just to a vacant lot with residential zoning. Am I correct?
At this point, half that lot.
At this point, just the lot, yes?
Yes.
Just turning that into a lot instead of a street?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Can we speak?
Excuse me, can we speak?
Give us a moment.
We'll be right with
Yes,
you.
Go ahead.
Will this be privately owned by LLC, or have we sold this, do we have any?
We have
Anything in
not
the
sold the property. It would be owned by the city of Las Vegas.
Okay, but as far as the plans, do we have anything in the works for these plans?
We're in our infancy.
Stages right now, so we've had a concept of what could happen if we were to move forward with what we've been working on. We had a concept drawing of what we could do, and we could put in 13 townhomes there. So they would be individually owned by, basically through Housing New Mexico, we would be working in conjunction with, and these homes would be, people take the term wrong, so affordable workforce housing. It's not low-income housing. It would be building homes that could then be purchased by people who work in the service industries in the city, the schools, the hospitals, those type of folks. So,
We do not want that in our area. It does not fit in on some.
Please.
We need a point of order. We need a point of order, please.
Since we're talking about that.
Mr. Riggins?
So with my knowledge in general construction, so we'd be using, what would be the lot line separation between the houses? Would there be 0 lot lines, 3 foot, firewalls?
the original concept design would be built with 2 units having a adjoining wall, and then there'd be space between the next units.
It'd be a townhome
Yes, sir. Yeah.
environment, kinda.
So-
And then between the two, next units, we'd have the required setbacks, for example.
Yes, sir.
Stated by the city.
By the city ordinance, and then there was room that the fire department looked at it so that they'd have room to be able to get between the units, have their, enough space for the hose line.
Yeah, so it'd be a 7-foot setbacks as required
Yes, sir.
down the line.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, they'd meet the standard requirements. The only thing we're talking about is the zero lot line between the two townhomes, house A, house B, with a firewall in between
That is correct.
as it is. Yeah, I follow you.
We have a question.
I'll leave that up to the board, sir.
Very well. Okay, Mr. Sweeney? Yes, correct.
Okay, my understanding is that if we vacate what would have been Montezuma Street for that one block, half goes to the west and half goes to the east lot.
Yes.
Yes, sir. That would be correct.
And what is the total width of that Montezuma?
That, on the plat, it
Shows
shows
that that street's width is 80 feet.
80?
80 feet, yes, sir. 80.
Thank you, Scott.
yes, sir.
Okay, very well. Thank you, Scott. Any, as far as the board is concerned, any further questions for
So right now, we're only discussing the vacation of the
the
property,
vacation
right?
of
Not
the lot? Yeah,
Not the procedure for.
not the rest of it. No, sir. Okay. I do understand there's some public, there's some people in the audience who would like to speak. And I understand that we did tell you that you would have an opportunity to speak. Whoever would like to speak at this point in time, may I ask you to stand up?
Everybody.
Well, everybody that wants to speak, please stand up. I'm gonna swear you in, is what I'm gonna do. Okay? All right. May I ask you to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear that the testimony that you are about to give in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, thank you. And do we need the names of each person that was sworn in?
You can probably state their name for the
Well,
record.
when you come up, we'll state your name, okay? All right. Scott, would you like them to stand next to you, or Rick, just? I think it's Mr. Garcia? Yes, sir, please come up and,
Yeah, my name's Michael Garcia again.
yes, sir.
So I'm the one that has a house right on the corner of Montezuma and South Hill.
Okay.
This guy's proposing that he wants to take the road on the other side of South Hill Street.
Yes, sir.
So Montezuma comes in and it dead ends there. Of course, they blocked it off, the city blocked it all off as fence, like it wasn't a road or they owned the property.
Okay.
So I understand he's trying to get that road so that he can build his units right on top of that road that's existing.
Okay.
Even though nobody's using it right now at this time, because the city came in and threw a fence and blocked it all off. Now, people like us have been living there a long time, me, myself, my brothers, all of us, we were using that road for access to get to the other property and drive our ATVs, UTVs, all that stuff. Now, this guy's trying to take over and purchase the property. Is this guy the builder or?
He's the city planner, sir. He's the city planner. He works for the city of Las Vegas.
Okay, so you guys are trying to just take the zoning over and take the road over and put a building on top of it, so that you can complete your 13 units. Okay, so that's what's going on. You guys know what he's-
Yes,
talking about the road.
yes.
As far as me,
Yes, sir.
I live there in the corner. I'm definitely against it. You know, I'm here, we love the hill, it's quiet.
Yeah.
You don't want all this traffic.
Good.
So we're all pretty much gonna, vote for the same thing. It's been so quiet up there, and 13 units, that's a lot of traffic. You're talking about 7 person per unit? Or what was it, 3? I kind of forgot what it was up there. That's a lot of people, so how many people are you planning on putting up there? I mean, count them out, 13 units times what?
Depends on how many people are gonna be in there.
Well, not how many people are gonna be in there, because if you're gonna build it for a certain amount of people, 13 people, then you're gonna have to multiply 13 people times 13 units.
And it
You
could,
max out, doesn't mean it's gonna be full
and
capacity.
it could be family, sir, it could be a single person, we're not targeting anybody other than, we're trying to get people that are professionals like doctors and professors. And that's the type of people we're trying to get for these homes. They're not, I know one of you guys said that they're low income. These houses start at 250,000. So it's not something that's gonna be cheap,
Well,
so,
I'm in
but it's
construction.
definitely something for you
I'm a
guys.
contractor and I'm in construction out of Albuquerque, Rio Rancho area, and I know what multifamily does and how they do it. We're doing our own units, they're $350,000 per unit.
Yeah, see,
So I know what
Yeah.
they're doing and what he's proposing and what's gonna happen, you know. But after it's all said and done, you know, I don't know if you guys are gonna sell it, is the city keeping it or is the city selling it?
It would be to be resold. The city does not want to,
So it's gonna be resold to somebody private.
yes, sir.
each
So,
unit,
so once you
yes.
guys sell it to somebody private, you guys are no longer gonna have control of that property.
No,
And
there,
people are gonna do what they're gonna wanna do.
there'll be stipulations in the contract, sir.
Yeah, but so once somebody owns a property and the city turns it over and sells it to somebody.
So what we're trying to avoid with the papers that we're putting together, the stipulations that we're putting together is, contractors coming and buying it and trying to flip it for resale. We wanna make sure that the person that buys it is looking for longevity and that's gonna
Well,
stay
yeah,
there.
but there's no guarantees.
Well, but the way you write up the contract guarantees it.
There's no guarantees, you know, in the final end. You guys are gonna sell, the city's gonna sell it, private owner's gonna come in, and then it's gonna be on them to sell it, huh?
We'll buy it.
Well,
It'll never go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, yeah, that's what we said about the property that they're,
We tried
that
to
they
buy
have.
it, yeah.
So, you know,
Mr.
for
Garcia.
that, for that reason, you know, I'm against it, you know.
thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia, I appreciate it.
Mr. Garcia,
Yes, sir.
I do want to state that there was a neighbor who complained about the ATVs going across that property, and that was why it was blocked off.
Oh, okay.
So it was one of the neighbors on the hill, so.
You know, we're,
Well, I'm just saying.
Mr. Garcia, I'd like to ask,
Excuse me, for the rest of the crowd, if we could keep it down, comments, and we allow Mr. Garcia to speak and answer any questions. Go ahead, Mr. Salazar.
so you own the home right here on Montezuma, across the road,
5 Montezuma.
across from Sapio?
right on the corner of Montezuma and
How long have you resided there?
I've grown up there all my life.
So you were there while El Alto was,
I've been here since I
Business.
was a kid, when I was born. 57 years I've been.
so
in
you
there.
know about people coming and going?
Oh, yeah, I grew up in that stuff. I know up about cars when they ran the restaurant, supper club. You know, I was there growing up as a kid.
Yeah, I'm sure that was somewhat exciting and not every once in a while. We're just trying to see your comments. So knowing that you grew up in the area where it was commercial and there was people going back and forth, I mean,
Yeah, it was all family. Back
You
then, it
know.
was the Dominguez family, and it was all the daughters and stuff. So it was their families and our family.
right.
Dominguez's, Garcia's, those were the only two in the hill back then as I was growing up.
And do you live in the house now, or do you live out in
I live
Albuquerque?
here, I live in Rio Rancho, and I do work out of town, so I'm always out of town. I'm in and out, in and out.
Sure. Understood.
I
But
appreciate it.
this is my full-time house that I'm coming to soon, and I definitely do not want all that traffic on that hill, you know.
Appreciate it. Any
I
other
already
questions?
can't, I
for
already
Mr.
can't sleep
Garcia?
at night, so it's only gonna get
All
worse
right.
for me.
Mr. Garcia, thank you so much. I'm gonna go to the next, who was next, please? And forgive me for,
I'm not the oldest brother, but I'm one of the oldest.
all right, also Mr. Garcia.
What's this?
What's that? Give me your first name again, sir, and I apologize, it's just
My
like,
name is David Garcia.
David, okay, David. Children. Thank you, go ahead.
I also live in Albuquerque.
Okay,
I was born in Las Vegas, went to West Las Vegas.
Sure.
Grew up in the house. My brother just put thousands and thousands of dollars to remodel that house. And I am talking blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes, sir.
When I came out of the service, when I came back from Vietnam, my dad gave me a piece of lot in the back, and I built me a cabin. Took me about 5 years to finish that cabin. I'm wanting to move back, but the letter I received from you guys, because obviously they're gonna do something. No, I'm kind of reluctant to move because of the size of those buildings. The amount of people that are gonna live here. I assume that every unit gonna have at least 2 or 3 cars. They're too close together. So I keep thinking, do I come back here or forget it, or I sell and I move out? My brother I just sold him my back part where my big barn is at. Now he's reluctant. And I look at your map this way, and I'm a contractor. I retired about 15 years ago. But that map doesn't quite show the rest of the people. My sister, my friend Roseanne, doesn't quite explain it to us. We see it and it's ugly. It's whoa. And I'm sure that's not the way it looks. If you could see a better copy of a map or a better distance of the buildings, where the walls are gonna go, there's a consideration right there for all of us. But what I see now, I would say no. Absolutely not. Don't like it. And not just because it belongs to the Garcias on that side, but because too many people in a small, quiet little area that's peaceful all this time. I can't imagine what it's gonna look like if you build in 2-3 years from now. People are gonna come and go. There's no work in Las Vegas, all these situations you have in Las Vegas. To find somebody at a cost of what, 250,000?
That's not very high end.
It's not a high end either. So that's all I have to say. The explanation on your map does not do anything for me.
Any, board, any questions for Mr. Garcia? No. Mr. Sells?
Yes, sir. How long have you been in Albuquerque?
I've been in Albuquerque 50-some years.
Thank you.
I've been to Las Vegas every other week.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair,
Thank you.
I need to request a recess. My sugar's out of whack. I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay, go right ahead.
I need a recess.
We can continue.
We have our three.
But please go right ahead, sir. All right, thank you, Mr. Garcia, appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Okay, I think, the next person is that, is it Barbara? I'm sorry, thank you. Thank you, Barbara Garcia, please.
I am Barbara. Also, I'm opposing about these apartments. I don't agree with them coming up for the fact, like my brother said, we did grow up in that house.
Yes.
It's gonna bring a lot of traffic, for one, and also to, that property was given to me and my brothers as property for us to be able to be memorable and have memories for us. So having those apartments being built there is gonna be, is gonna drop down our property values, you know, if we ever decided to sell, which we're not, but it's just gonna bring too much chaos and too much traffic. We do have a dead end, so we don't want that to happen. So I don't feel that that would be the right decision for the city to make. I hope you guys can understand that if you guys can honor that.
Chair, can we ask for the record where she lives?
Very well.
I do live in Albuquerque, Rio Rancho,
Very well.
but I do come to the property here
Okay.
back and forth. So if you can honor that in my parents' wishes, that you don't build anything like that and honor our wishes, that would just cause too much chaos as far as traffic and everything else.
I have a couple of questions.
Mr. Regensburg, yes, sir.
In Rio Rancho, and I'm just gonna ask, you know, just for my sake, I mean, I've been to Rio Rancho before, and I know the houses are real close together and a lot of subdivisions. What type of housing do you live in there now?
Single family.
Is it like a closed subdivision where the houses are real close together, or is it like a 1 acre lot, or
No, we're on a half acre. We sit on a half acre.
half acre lot? Yeah, and then, you mentioned, you know, within your comments, you mentioned that, you know, you're talking about low income apartments and stuff like that, which, the concept housing is, from what I understand, it's not a low income housing. I mean, it's two houses combined together with a 0 lot line. I mean, I just wanna clarify that they're not, from what I understand, they're not apartment complexes. I mean, it's, single-family units with 0 lot lines. Just for the record.
Well, I feel that there's a lot of properties out there in Las Vegas that these apartments can be placed at. There's plenty of properties.
But they are not apartments. Just
Or your duplexes that
town,
you guys wanna
townhomes,
do.
townhomes.
You know,
There is plenty of properties out in Las Vegas in the city that you guys can build these properties at.
I
I
know,
mean, I was born and raised here in Las Vegas to see that.
I know that a while ago, it was mentioned a Mills Plaza across
Mhm.
from like Big R, but that property's not owned by the city of Las Vegas, it's owned by the housing authority. So it's not accessible to the city of Las Vegas to provide single-family housing units, no, just to clarify that.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not, I'm not trying to be.
Yeah,
devil's
but I'm
advocate,
sure
I'm
you
just
guys
saying,
have
you know,
more
that,
properties here in Las Vegas to build
and-
stuff like that.
yeah, I'm a developer and I'd like to find them myself and they're hard to find, no, so they're very difficult to find. But anyways, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia.
Did we swear her in?
No, she wasn't
You're not sworn in yet, Ms. Archuleta, you did not stand up, but I think Mr. Garcia, you did, sir? Did you wish to, yes, did you wish to testify on the matter at this point?
You know, I may be moving back to Las Vegas in a few years to be with the family. Right now, I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I've been here for about 40 years. Approximately, we've seen the houses were built to the south part of that whole area, where the Alto Supper Club is, or used to be, where you guys are going to do, looking at doing this. There were homes built on another hill, right next to this hill, and they're individual homes as opposed to townhouses. Now, one of the questions I have is, are these homes gonna have 2-car garages, each one? There's 13 of them, they're all adjacent. There was a project, we called it projects, over on Mills Avenue and Hot Springs Boulevard, that for many, many years were 2 homes, like townhouses, but they had no garages attached to them. Are these homes gonna have garages?
Actually, the design that was put out would, but it's not the final design. We can't move forward with anything until we have gotten the property in order, and then it has to be replatted. So it was a concept done through North Central New Mexico Economic Development Division, who came up with the plan and did the concept. The concept doesn't mean that's what it's gonna be. It said that it could have 13 homes there, but it will take some planning. It will take some work with contractors, getting bids. If the bids come in too expensive, then they can't be built.
Yes, sir, Mr. Singh.
If the homes have, say, a 2-car garage each, the fact that it's like a townhouse, there's one common wall separated into, it's almost like a duplex, it's a townhouse. But
Yeah.
if you have a garage, a 2-car garage, say, then it's gonna require more space. And if you're talking about a 1-car garage, that's not very much room. If the homes are gonna be attractive homes for somebody well-to-do is gonna live into it, they would wanna live in a home that has a 2-car garage, not a single-car garage or no garage and just 2 homes pasted together. And that's it, because those projects that are still, I think they're still there. You had a lot of, the neighborhood went down basically for a long, long time. So if these homes have garages, it needs to be a 2-car garage to each one. If they can't get that in there, that means that they're gonna need to get less houses in that whole space. Now, they were talking about 13, but I'm thinking that if something like that could be cut down to, say, 7, and they each have a 2-car garage, then it would make more sense to, I think, all these people have individual homes and not townhouses. If it's gonna be a townhouse, each one has to have a 2-car garage next to it. Otherwise, you're gonna get low-quality people moving in, and the city's not gonna have to worry about it because you guys don't even worry about the streets to begin with. Now something like that, you guys will be out of the picture. I used to be in the car business as far as financing. I retired from banking years ago, and I know that, once the sale is done, the seller's out of the picture, and that would be the city. You know, so we're looking forward, because we're not moving out of there.
And
Tell us we're
do,
moving out.
do most of the homes on Sapeo Street, do they have two-car garages, or? I'm not super familiar with the area, I'm just kinda wondering.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
And that hasn't
Some of them may
affected the
have a
quality
one-car
of
garage,
people?
But this is a completely.
That hasn't affected the quality of people in that
Well,
neighborhood?
but that's a whole different area.
Well,
That's-
that's
you're
the
talking
same
about
area, isn't it?
South Pacific, and then you go up Sapeo up to New Mexico Avenue, and those are old homes. You know, and then the homes on top of the hill. My brother, Michael here, just put about $80,000 of improvements in his house, my parents' old house.
But a two-car garage doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna attract bad people. There's some very, very good people that live in the projects there off of Hot Springs. I myself grew up in the projects over on Loudon Drive, and we didn't have a two-car garage. We weren't bad people. We worked.
No, but if you go into a building, if you're gonna make a building and have a townhouse, one common wall, and there's no garage, or a one-car garage in each one, you're limited to what kind of people you're gonna get in there. You know, and my brother has a three-car garage, not a two-car garage. But I'm saying that we wanna get the higher quality per people moving in there, because we're gonna be there facing that. They're gonna be there facing that on a day-to-day basis.
And we do appreciate that.
The 13 should be cut down to, say, 7, and do two-car garages, either a townhouse or separate, single-family homes.
And that could be a good
I
possibility.
mean, we're
Mr.
just in the
Springs?
early stages.
Yes.
So these stages need
Yes.
to be accelerated to find out what are we really looking at.
Yes. And to also let the public know, we're an advisory board, and any decision that we come to today still has to be approved or denied by the city council. Okay, so this is an advisory board. Mr. Regensburg does have a question for you.
Yeah, I have a question. So anyways, you said something that triggered my thought process immediately, that you said you're a car salesman and you dealt with
I'm
financing.
not a car salesman, I was in finance.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry, finance. So if we're talking about, for example, a $250,000 house on, you know, a duplex house, for example, because it's still in the planning stages. So the income to debt ratio, so for a person to be able to apply for a mortgage on that house, that family would have to probably have an income of $150,000 a year to meet the income to debt ratio to be able to buy that house. So, you know, when I hear, you know, like Mr. Lesperon said, you know, and I grew up on Alamo Street on a very small house myself, you know what I mean? And there was a lot of good people, not bad people. I mean, it's all relevant to how you treat your neighbors, I guess. But I don't see like your very low income people, or you might say, I'd hate to say low quality people, for example, meeting that income to debt ratio to be able to buy this type of house. I mean, I think you might be able to relate with me on that from a financial standpoint of view. I mean, because it takes no less than 38% of your income to debt ratio to be able to qualify for a home per 100,000.
Are the incomes in Las Vegas that high?
Huh?
Are there that many people in Las Vegas earning that kind of money?
Well, yes, they are, because there might be a multifamily income where the husband and wife both make $80,000, for example. I mean, there are a lot of people, especially now with all the, you know, I'm gonna say the FEMA money that came into the region. It's actually boosted the economy quite a bit. I mean, we're not talking about the old Las Vegas where people were very, very, very poor. You know, we're looking at a different dimension of Las Vegas that I'm seeing myself. I mean, as a builder, you know, but having worked in placing people into houses and having them fit into a loan for the house they're buying, understanding the income to debt ratios, it does move the scales up on on the people that qualify for these houses. If we're talking about a $250,000 unit, I mean, that's not, I'm not saying that they're gonna be 250,000 because we're still in the concept stages. You know. That's.
Well, there's no doubt that none of us can predict the future.
Mhm.
The forecast is that there will be enough people that would be willing to pay that much money and afford it for debt ratios, loan to values, all those things would be good,
Mhm.
you know. Well, we don't know. And if there aren't, then we're looking at those prices dropping to make it affordable to somebody. So we don't wanna get found, they don't wanna get found in that position. Where, okay, we couldn't sell it to people because they didn't have the income. Now we're gonna have to drop the prices and we have to get some lower quality people in there.
Yeah,
And so I understand exactly what you're saying,
yeah.
you know, but we just wanna make sure that the houses are attractive homes with at least 2-car garages, so that anyone moving in there is probably gonna stay. We don't know who's gonna move in, but Las Vegas is very stable. You know.
And for discussion purposes, like Ms. Lucas,
Yes, sir.
the houses, as I understand, they would be built and developed by a contractor, not by the city, right? So the contractor at that point would technically either pre-sell the house before he built it, or he'd build the units and then sell them. It all depends on the investor, correct?
Yeah.
So,
Possibly, and as I keep saying, this is in the infancy stages. There's nothing set in stone on what plans. If we were to be able to work through Housing New Mexico, the Mortgage Finance Authority, the maximum, we would be able to get the interim financing to build those. So we're not sure whether the city would have them built with a contractor or the contractor would take down the lots. I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna work. That's gonna be up to the governing body. So we were just asked to begin the process of how would we develop that property. And so the concept, like I said, came through North Central New Mexico Economic Development Department. And they had the study done, which they're the ones who came in with the suggestion. It doesn't mean we'll do 13 lots, we could do less, but it wouldn't be more than 13.
so basically, what we're talking about later on, it'd become like a mini subdivision, right?
Sort of, yes, sir. We would then, if we get the vacation of the street, which is what this hearing is on right now, if we got the vacation of the street, then we would ask for the rezoning. Once we had the rezoning, we'd have to go in and replat. So those would have to come back before this board again. So to get this development, it would be coming back to this board multiple times if it seems to progress.
In that process, there could also be covenants placed on the plat itself, correct?
Yes,
So that it would meet their concerns as time goes on, they could have input as to what those covenants would be into that subdivision or mini subdivision, for example. So, yeah, those concerns can be met because we're still in the concept stages. It's not 13 houses. So, do you understand where I'm getting at? Yes.
Yeah, well,
There's steps.
We want to know what, before the zoning change takes place, we want to know what's going to land on that lot. We don't want the zoning change to take place first, and then we find out that what's going to go on the lot is something that is not acceptable.
I understand your concern.
We have a good idea what's going to go on that lot.
Because there's another thing that can happen too is, let's say the city, we combine the property, let's say they turn it into 5 lots. Then they make it available to your family, for example, for that matter. I mean, it's not gonna be set in stone just because we change the zone and vacate the property now. Doesn't mean 13 lots are gonna go on there now. That property can also become, available, per lot basis, right?
I mean, it depends.
It depends, yeah, but it technically can. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen between now and the end, but nothing can happen the way it sits now, nothing's gonna happen.
Basically, it seems like we need more information on that, on what's going to be built. I see the concept, the idea, but I used to be a realtor back in 1986. So, I've been around for a while. So I know the highest and best use of that property. How many homes can we squeeze into that small lot, and what can we sell them for?
One of the problems we're having in the city of Las Vegas, or just in San Miguel County, is the lack of housing. I mean, there's no housing. It's people are struggling just to find a place to live. I mean, here in Las Vegas, and I know, we talk about 13 houses, whatever. It's just the city is just trying to find a way to accommodate, the housing requirements. For example, at one time I talked about putting an RV park, and it was a good idea simply because it would temporarily house people. I mean, we're just having a hard time in Las Vegas with
Right.
housing in general.
Well, not just that, you have the water issue. That was mentioned earlier.
Mhm.
You have other things that are going on. And I appreciate what you all are doing. I mean, you have people that stay in Las Vegas until they die, others that move out. I have some of my family members that moved out, but they've come back, or but they're still living here. But I think that if we're going to upgrade Las Vegas, we need some good quality homes, in place.
I think that's all I think that's all the city is trying to do and also trying to balance being respectful to its current residents and so forth. And that's why we're having hearings and talking about this and trying to move forward a little at a time and getting the input. The Garcia family has been very good and very helpful, I think, in giving us some knowledge today. So we thank you guys. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Would it be possible, we have our director of the actual housing department here in town, if she could be sworn in, maybe she could give us some input on what low income housing really is.
We could do that, yes, if she's willing to, yes. Okay, but give us a moment, I think. Mr. Salazar, did you have another question?
Well, let's
And
go
then-
ahead and swear in, and then if you guys like to come back up.
If you could, may I ask yourself and Mr. Garcia, thank you so much. We're gonna move forward.
Thank you.
Ms. Archuleta, can you stand up also, and anyone else that can you please raise your right hand? And I want to make sure I'm saying this correctly. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony that you're about to give in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. Ms. Archuleta, would you like to come forward? I know you.
Yes, sir. San Archuleta, I live at the El Alto properties here, and my fence line is here. Okay, and I live there full-time. Been there, purchased my property in 2007. Okay? If you're gonna build houses on my fence line, I'm gonna come straight out my front door and I'm gonna look at walls. Okay, that's my view. I see directly all the way to the New State Police. I have a deck from end to end on my house, and that is my view. I don't wanna walk out and see a brick wall. You understand? Like,
I
and
actually
I'm there full time,
100%
and
understand
I
what
live
you're saying.
alone.
Yes.
And it's just not a good place for that. I totally disagree. And thank you for taking my opinion seriously, because it's not a good place for that, sir.
Thank you for your input. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, that gets me upset.
Let's see. And can you please state your name, please?
Yes, my name's Inez Garcia.
Inez Garcia.
Yes,
Inez, I'm sorry.
I'm Michael Garcia's wife.
Very well.
I too am in real estate
Okay.
and construction. I work with builders, I work with investors. I know what values are. 250 is low end, it's not high end. It's not low end, it's not projects, no. But you do need a job to get that loan, to get in there. Ratio, you need to be about 45%. 30 is only A paper. Anybody could get in there with 50%. debt to income ratio. So is it high end? No. Is it low end? No. It's in the middle.
And that's
It's
the
in the middle.
proposal, yes, 100%.
And, I mean, a lot of us grew up in the projects and poor.
Sure.
And not everybody poor is bad. No.
Thank you.
There's a lot of good people. I grew up in the projects. I know. There's a lot of good people come out of there. Drugs is the issue, I guess. And everywhere, that's everywhere. But what we don't want the traffic. We built our house so we could come and retire. We really don't want the traffic. That's not what we want. We don't want the traffic, we don't want the noise, we don't want the congestion, we don't want any of it. We totally just spent hundreds of thousands of dollars redoing our house so we can come and retire to a silent spot. It's not gonna be silent anymore. We just would really rather not have it. I mean, there's lots of places. You guys have a beautiful city. Lots of places to build these.
Are you originally from Vegas? or-
Yes, I
Okay.
was born here,
Okay.
yes.
Nice.
And I'm coming back here to retire,
There you go.
to a peaceful place. So please don't take our peaceful spot.
I
That's, we
feel
totally,
you, I understand, 110%.
we totally, that's our goal, is to keep it peaceful for us.
I'm gonna ask a quick question, and
Okay.
I don't know what this is, but I think I heard you in the back say, well, we'll buy the property.
Yes, we would love to. We tried to before,
Okay.
yeah.
Scott, just as a curiosity, is that a possibility?
That would be up to the governing body.
Okay.
Even at that, they'd have to open it up to auction, they won't just sell it directly to them.
It would have to be opened up to auction. So you have to remember that one track is a C1. So somebody could buy it and use it as a C1. And the other parcel is an R3, so they could buy it and put in whatever fits in an R3.
So really, changing that to an R2, which would be residential property, would actually be protecting the residents at this point in time,
Yes.
at the starting phase.
Correct.
Because they could build, they can go up to the C1, if I'm correct, they could build anything. They could build a Dollar General tomorrow or what have you.
Treatment center, they could do whatever they
See what I'm
want.
saying? And
More
an
fun.
R,
Relaxed.
changing it to a commercial does put a bit of protection on there.
Yes,
It
correct.
really, it does. It does.
Yes, I
Okay.
see that, yes.
Yes, okay.
That is
All right.
correct.
Anything else, Mr.?
Well, I take it all the Garcia family has been living out of.
These are
Out of
most of
Do-
us are second homes.
Do any of you guys reside at the residence now as a full-time resident? No, the Garcia family.
We're back and forth. I'm back and forth.
We're there every weekend,
So
you
that's
know.
not your main headquarters?
No, it's our second home, but
Okay.
it was redone for our retirement home, which is gonna be
Right.
in like 3 years.
And,
Family property,
and
right?
you being a realtor,
I'm a lender.
or you're a lender, I'm a realtor.
My daughters are realtors.
So
I've been in the
I
business
know the
32
area, and that
years.
area does not even close to 250 on some of those properties.
What
Except unless you have redone and made the square footage right.
Our house is worth $500,000.
I've never seen it and but I know
Take a
down the
drive.
road, Montezuma,
Take a
you go
drive.
down
I just had an
Valerie.
appraisal done.
I grew up on Valerie Street, I grew
Yes.
up on all those, in Vadio. So.
Cool.
This would just be more comps for you, honestly, if we're selling them at this price.
Yeah, but we're not gonna sell. That's,
Well, you're not gonna sell, but these properties are gonna sell. So this will help you in somewhat of a comp. Maybe not if you
That'd be
believe that you
more
have
of
a
a
$1
hurt
million
than a
property.
help.
But everybody believes that their
From what we're
property is
looking at.
more than what it is.
well, it's appraised
And if we
values.
have to go through the housing authority to purchase the property, it depends on how much you make to actually purchase the property probably. So that's a other deal. All we're trying to do is we're not talking about property values or nothing like this, just about this piece of section of road that we need to get
Next to us.
figured out.
Yes.
So,
But we
besides-
don't want traffic up there. We
well,
don't
traffic
want-
was up there before you
No,
were,
it's
well,
not.
the
There's
Alto
no
was there,
traffic up
ma'am.
there. El Alto has not been there for what, 15, 20 years? Hasn't been there for, before
were
they tore
kids?
it down, it was full of drugs and people in there.
And that's
Yes,
what we're trying to
They finally
avoid.
tore it down.
We don't have no housing here in Las Vegas.
know,
A
but-
$250,000 house is a big thing
You
for some
guys
people.
do need, we just
It's
sold
a
a
big
house
deal
to
for people.
somebody here. There's no new houses in Vegas. You are
Exactly.
correct.
No new electrical,
You
no
are
new
correct.
plumbing.
So can we put them, I mean, there's tons of areas. Why, that's just, I mean, there's tons of areas. I can help you find some.
I need help.
Literally.
Need help.
I can help you. I can literally help you.
We could probably get some help.
I,
Okay.
I understand
All
your
right, let's get
concern,
it.
ma'am, but
That's just it. We just don't want people up there.
We understand how you feel and we're.
Yes.
we have to work with our neighbors.
We also understand.
Well, we're your neighbors. We are your neighbors.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Yes.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yes, and I apologize. I don't know your name. So would you like to please, Natasha, would you please come forward, state your name?
My
And
name is Natasha Martinez. I am the Executive Director for Northern Regional Housing. So I don't just represent San Miguel County, I represent the topmost northern counties in New Mexico. And I just wanted to let everybody know, for medial income, in order to qualify for our program, a household of 4, and that's maybe a mom and 3 children, 2 parents and small children, the most they can make is $85,000 a year. So
Most?
that's the most they can make.
Okay.
And HOTMA has just passed, and with HOTMA, we now have to evict anybody making over, any household that makes over that income limit. We're trying to find alternate routes for them because the federal government is saying they're no longer allowed in our housing. I've heard a lot of they, them, those people, and I service them. I service 1,300 families in northern New Mexico. San Miguel County, we're taking them on, and my contractor told me there is no stock in San Miguel County.
Yeah.
We are having to move vouchers. So this idea is amazing to me. And when you see families, everybody had to start somewhere. You're talking about where you grew up. You're talking about where you grew up. Everybody has to grow up somewhere. And families, I like this idea. Because, yeah, you could put a Dollar Tree there. You could put something else there. And believe you me, I have my boyfriend in the audience who has property adjacent to it and is probably not going to be happy with what I'm saying right now. So, but it does also help the valuation of those properties. Brand new properties would help the valuation of those properties. The design is not done. The design would come back out. You still have to have a public input for that as well. But basically saying no to new neighbors, saying no to new families, people wanting to stay in Las Vegas. That's what the goal is. We want families to stay here. We need our gross receipts tax to go up. We want to build the community. And that's what we're trying on our end. And so I just wanted to speak on that because I was watching it on YouTube. I wasn't here. And I was trying really hard, for the record, I tried really, really hard not to say anything. But I did have to come and voice because I do have 1,300 families that I do not feel are less than anybody else.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
I
that.
have a question.
Oh, wait, we have a couple of questions.
So you said that 85,000, they can't exceed an income of 85,000 per unit, right?
Yes.
So does that, is your program subsidizing the housing?
Yes.
Kind of like, the FHA used to do, USDA, FHA used to subsidize housing where they would pay according to their income ratio.
Yes, we have income-based and we have flat rent. Currently, if you're over the income threshold, you're all on flat rent. Now we're going to FMRs. So you're telling me a family that currently is paying maybe $850 a month for rent is gonna have to go up to $1,260 on a separate lease because they have to start paying fair market rents because they don't fall within the income threshold. I've asked my tenants, like, you know, you guys are already making this money. Why not? We want to stay in Vegas. Our jobs are here in Vegas. We can't leave. We want to stay here. We want to raise our families here. So I'm having that hard decision to tell people, you're going to pay me $1,260 every month, and there's no return on your investment. You're just paying us that so that you guys can stay in this home, and we're taking a hit on our subsidized income that the federal government is going to give to our program because of that. But my board is telling me, well, if there's a waiting list, how can you leave these people in these homes when they don't qualify for the program anymore, and you have a waiting list of people waiting to get into the homes that qualify? and you have that little gap, that workforce housing. They're working hard, they're making a living, and that gap is where, in all of our counties, we're not hitting. And that's the gap that we're trying to, that I think that the city is trying to help us with as well.
Are we good, Mr. Sweeney?
I have a question. You don't have a program available like they used to have where you go according to your income on rent, but you rent to own remember the
No,
turnkeys?
we have no more
There's no-
turnkeys.
no
Those
more
were all
turnkeys?
Crestone Circle. We did a bunch of those down here. You go to Calle Contenta, Calle Bonita, those areas. We still have housing in between those, but the need for rent and our waiting list will not allow us to do that. Our Faircloth limit, like, I would love to build tomorrow. I would love to build tomorrow. And I have property that I would love to build on. But right now, we as a program can't do that. So we're trying to figure out on our end how to do it, and I'm thankful because that's 13 families that may be able to have a home that this other way, they wouldn't be staying in Las Vegas. They'd be leaving Las Vegas.
Understand. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay.
I still have a question.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Ma'am, we still had one other question for you. I apologize. Mr. Salisbury, yes, I apologize. Thank you. Then we need to move forward, gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So is there a minimum wage?
No.
For these properties? No?
For ours, there's no minimum.
Is there employment requirements?
There's community service requirement unless you're a full-time student, and that's one of the catch-alls that we have. Our one-bedroom waiting list is so long because who do we house? Where can we not find housing for? Our students at NMHU. So we have a bunch of students that live with us, and their income is considered to be zero. We don't count their scholarships. We don't count their work study, anything like that. So we're helping that population there too. So there is no
But
minimum.
at this time, we're talking apples and oranges on this. With your program, doesn't necessarily,
It
isn't
won't
gonna,
it won't cover, it
it's
doesn't
not covering
cover.
this, so it's
It doesn't
it's a
cover,
moot
and that's
point.
why I'm saying
Yeah.
I'm thankful because this
Yeah.
is something that wouldn't cover
So
what
I just
can.
want to let the Garcias know that this, we're not even talking about the
Yeah.
people that might be. Okay, thank you so much.
That was the question I had,
Okay.
because I was confused.
Yeah,
because
exactly,
you're
and I
talking
think
about
we're
selling-
getting a
selling
little
houses.
off track on
Yeah,
this, so
yeah, and
forgive
you
me,
guys
guys.
are talking about selling them, and I think I
Yeah.
have a lot of tenants that would be able to qualify for them.
Okay.
But I don't think they'd be able to qualify for $250,000.
Okay, okay, thank you so much.
That's what I wanted to know.
Okay. All right. There was one other comment. I know you were sworn in, correct?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
My name is Lisa Jacobson.
Yes, ma'am.
My husband and I do live in that area full-time.
Yes, ma'am.
We retired out here from Chicago.
Wow.
So I'm wondering, as I look at these plans, does the city have any plans to do improvements on Sapio Street? Because it is scarcely 2 lanes as it stands now. So I think about trying to get out of my property and down Sapio Street to New Mexico Avenue. And if it is loaded with construction trucks, first of all, that road, as it stands right now, will be completely impassable. One winter, it's gonna be ruts up to my hips. And can we look forward to having that all paved up there before any kind of planning for multifamily dwellings goes up? Can we look forward to snow plowing? Can we look forward to city services that if I lived on 7th Street, I would get just as part of being a citizen of Las Vegas? But heretofore have not been provided in that area at all. So to talk about changing zoning and bringing in construction traffic, I would assume it'd be at least a year, probably 2.
Many more than that. I'm
3, 4,
Yeah.
however many years.
Yeah.
I'm looking at construction traffic. I'm looking at a road as it stands right now that can't handle that. And I'm looking at a road that if you've got a cement truck parked on Sapio Street pouring cement, I basically can't get out of my house. So it's my question for you, Mr. City Planner.
So all of the department heads have met, and they have looked at the plan. They would have to come up with plans for the road, but they have said that they can do that. But at this point, we're in the infancy stages. This hearing is to vacate one block of a street.
So summarizing this again, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Right now, we have a lot of land that is now fenced off. There's no street on it, although the plat says there's a street. And all we're doing right now is vacating that street that doesn't exist. Am I correct? Okay, so that doesn't change a single thing to the Garcia family at this point in time, correct?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all, okay. I will ask the board for a motion to either approve or disapprove.
We're gonna close the hearing.
Oh, gosh, dang it, I hate this process. And I'm gonna reiterate one more thing before we close the hearing. Again, we are an advisory board. It still has to go to the city council. Okay, so your voices can be heard when the actual decision will be made, okay? All right, having said that, can I have a motion to close the hearing?
I moved that we close the hearing.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Now, can I please have a motion to either approve or disapprove the proposal as presented, the vacation of the street?
I move to approve the proposal as presented of the vacation of the street,
659 Sapeo.
659 Sapeo.
Forgive me. Okay. Do I have a second?
I second.
Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Travis Regensberg.
Yes.
Mr. Andrew Salazar.
Yes.
Mr. Mike Sweeney.
Yes.
And Mr. Oliver Lesbrance.
Yes.
My motion passes.
Very well.
Okay, next slide.
Okay. Do we want to attack this or table it? Okay. So can I please have a motion to open the second part, which we've been discussing considerably. Right now, we kind of went off course.
I move
as
to
far as that.
open the part 2 of the agenda.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Very well. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Very well. Scott, can you, Mr. Zunker, can you please, you're sworn in.
I think we have to.
You have sworn in again?
Yeah.
Well, that should carry forward, but, okay. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony that you're about to give in this matter changing, be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Very well.
Mr. Chair, before we move forward, I just wanted to let the whole crowd know that they're gonna be locking the front door, so we'll be able to exit out, this back door, this door that's behind us, so that you guys can have a safe way out.
So again, good afternoon, Chairman and board members.
One more thing, Mr. Chair, I want to make sure that we, put on record that Scott Zunker is a City of Las Vegas city employee, he's the city planner.
Very well. Thank you.
So this section is to ask for rezoning. We've vacated the street. So we have one side of the former street is zoned C1, and that was where the supper club sat. And the other side is zoned R3. So we're asking them to both be changed to R2. And that would allow us to add in, like I said, the townhomes that we're talking about. And the original concept did show 13 townhomes to go there. That doesn't mean it's set in stone. We're in the infancy stages. If we get the zoning changed, we will have to go before city council to request money to do a replat of the property, and then that would have to come back to this board again. So we've got to go through the stages in order to get somewhere, but again, we're at the beginning. If this does not happen, I don't know what the council will do. If we don't rezone, the property will remain C1 and R3. If they were to decide to put it up for auction, that would be the zoning of those properties. I don't think they want to auction it, though. I think they want to move forward with providing housing here in Las Vegas. That's the
They
goal.
would have to open it up for bid to contractors and so
If it
forth.
were, but I don't think the council will do that. I think they will want to develop affordable workforce housing in the city.
With a question, but at any point, the community can petition the council for that purpose as well, if they so desire, right? Even though the council may not want to, but the community, at any point, a community member or organization can petition the city, whether the council approves it or not, it's up to the council, right?
Yeah, that's up to the council.
Yeah,
So we're talking about what, trying to sell the property?
Yeah. Cause,
Yeah, I just don't see it happening.
yeah, but I'm just saying that at any time, whether it be the Garcias or anybody else can petition the city council or the city,
They can always ask.
ask,
No,
you
we
know,
don't.
that's a petition to buy the property, and then at that point, it would go to council for
Yeah.
review and stuff like that. I mean,
And in order for the city to sell it, we have to follow the state statute.
yeah, cause I've dealt
We're
with,
definitely, we're not even thinking of that.
yeah, but I'm just putting it out on this record, because I can't say that we're gonna take that option away from the community if it's community property, the city, it is community property, record, no? Now it's up to the city or recommendation from planning
Yes, sir.
and zoning at that point.
Yes, sir.
So this becomes very important, in my opinion, that we go from a C1, correct?
Yes.
Okay, to an R2
Yes.
with multi homes being built. And I know the Garcias have mentioned this, and it's in my mind as well. We've had to drink bottled water for weeks on end. How do we justify adding strain on our water supply at this point in time? Yes, sir, Mr. Marquez.
Mr. Chair, and Board, the city has made many strides in their water treatment facility. We've done some really, really extensive research, and they've done some extensive work at the facility, adding new filter beds, adding new plans to add more water to this community where we have a constant flow. There's no stopping anywhere over here. City of Las Vegas is very confident that in the future, we're gonna have plenty of water for all our citizens. We work very hard, and we're working very hard with the state to continue that. We'll continue to move forward with that. That allows us to go ahead and start adding housing to what is now called a housing desert within the city of Las Vegas. So water, in our opinion, is not even an issue here. We're fine with what we got going on.
Is the water plant being redone at this point in time, or?
The water plant is in its construction phases, and we're doing a lot of things together with the state. And the city manager and the mayor have worked very, very diligently, and the city council, to move forward with a lot of plans to make sure that the citizens of Las Vegas won't have to endure what we endured a couple years ago.
Now, another question from me, is would the city entertain, instead of 13 homes, maybe 5 or 6 homes, with a buffer zone? Where we can have a buffer zone so the integrity of the Garcia family property is maintained. The integrity of Ms. Archuleta's views and so forth, her quality of life are maintained. Any kind of a little dog park, a walking park, something like this.
There's actually stipulations within this grant that we're working with the Northeastern Economic Development Corporation, or that we need to meet the price for the grant. So that's why we're proposing the 13 homes. They're the ones that have put it together for us. We're going ahead and following the rules that they put in front of us.
So are you saying, Mr. Marquez, that the 13 homes,
There's a
the
must.
only way we're gonna get the money from the state is to do 13 homes,
We need to do it this way.
okay?
So just,
For point of reference, currently the C1 is 3 lots and the R3 is 3 lots currently.
So basically, right now on the C1, you could put a multi-duplex in there anyways, you know, if it's commercial, let's say an apartment complex.
In a R3,
In
you
an
could put in a
R3,
mobile home
put a
park.
two-story apartment complex in there with a zero lot line, because the C1 allows zero lot lines. So it would be a bigger problem doing that than doing this, in a sense.
do the 13 homes need to all be on one property, Mr. Marquez, or could they be on, half on one property and half on another property?
These ones need to be in this area.
In that
this area,
property?
yeah.
Because that's
This
what
is,
they
yeah,
propose.
this is what they propose.
Are they willing to sit down and, visit and plan with the local residents that are standing before us? Because I think we're all from Vegas, and we're not here to harm our neighbors and so forth.
Of course, and we all, well, I know Mr. Garcia, I helped Mr. David Garcia before with permits and stuff like that, so we're always open for them to come in and speak with us. That's what the city of Las Vegas is about. We're always ready to listen to our constituents and our neighbors and all that stuff, and I understand their concerns. So
I really
it's
do
very
too, and
frustrating for them, so I understand. We definitely wanna sit down and talk to them, and we will discuss things with them as we move forward.
And how many lots or how many acres does this entail? Forgive me, but I'm gonna.
Sorry?
How many acres are involved, or?
I believe it's right around an acre and a half. I think it was, without the street, I believe it was at 1.25.
I need to reiterate this to you guys that if we don't move forward with this stuff, Las Vegas will lose this money.
But we're talking about 13 homes in 1 acre.
It's about an acre and a half.
There it is, it's right there. Yes.
We all got one.
But we need the money in order to get some housing and get people that work here and families and fill up our schools again, because our schools are dying. And it is something that is very, very badly needed in our community.
Well, yes, Mr. Chairman, at this point, we're only discussing the zone change.
Yes,
We're not even
yes.
discussing the housing project. That's gonna be discussed at a different time, once the council approves
thank you.
it for finance and stuff. Then we'll have to come back, and then we'll have to go over all this again, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so right now, we're only looking at the zone change, so
And
that's
it's
what,
only
that's.
as a recommendation to the city council.
Yeah. it's
Yes,
only recommend-
again, restating that to the public, it is a recommendation to the city council. It is, at this point in time, a zone change. Your voices are being heard. But it is zoned right now as a commercial property, and all that's happening today is a step in rezoning it to a residential property.
That's it.
That's it.
Not only are their voices being heard, but, the council people are probably also watching
Yes, sir. That's the part.
watching us. They pretty much monitor us pretty well. So whatever you say today is not in vain. Trust me, it's not. I mean, we've had issues come before us where the council has gone 3-3, and then it had to come down to the mayor's decision at that point, So what we say is not written on stone. It's just a recommendation from us to the council.
Okay. Any other comments? At this point, can I have a motion to close the hearing?
I move to close the hearing.
Do I have a second?
Open that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Very well. At this point in time, I would like to open it to the committee to give me a motion to either accept, move forward with the change in zoning from, let's see if I'm correct, C1 to a R2, which is residential.
I make a motion that we accept the recommended zone change of, I think it's, what is it, lot? Let me go back to lot 45 and 38, and the abandoned property to an R2, correct?
Very well.
R2.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Please have a roll call vote.
Mr. Travis Regensberg,
Yes.
Mr. Mike Sweeney,
Yes.
Mr. Andrew Salasad,
Yes.
and Mr. Oliver Lesbrunz.
Yes.
Motion carries, Mr. Chair.
Is there any other business today? I may have a motion to adjourn.
I had
Oh,
some comment.
comment? Yes, sir.
Based on a project that came before us prior on Prospero and Seventh Street. I know that there's been some development that's been going on there, that the county issued a permit for that, and I have no qualm or no issues with the development on that property at all. I don't know if the city, if the ATZ zone or the city also approved development of that property. But my only concern was the water rights attached to that 18 acres of that property. And I did reach out to the state engineer to get some clarification on that. And for the record, there is a 5-year buffer on those water rights. I know that a portion of them will be abandoned because of the development of the property that, that the family there is doing. They're also covering an irrigation pond that was there to service the whole east side of that property as well. So my concern is that I would like the state not to adjudicate those water rights to the state and the city somehow either be able to capitalize on those water rights down in the future within the next 5 years, for example. And the reason I bring it up is it did come before us before, and we tabled it because the family had a time period in which to subdivide the property or divide the property between two families. From what I understand, the family has agreed to put their houses on there, and when the time comes, they'll amicably split the property, which is fine. That's all good. I'm just, the reason a lot of issues come to us is so that we can discuss those issues, such as the water rights in the future, that we can capitalize. And I know, like you said, the city is making strides in having better water qualities and better accessibility to water. But I have a big problem when the state just takes them over for free, without us having an opportunity to capitalize or bank those somewheres in the future. And of course, we can also reach out to the family to buy them as well if they're gonna abandon them or abandon the portion or purchase a portion that they are gonna abandon. So I wanted to address that issue for the record, because I feel that is important for the city of Las Vegas in the future. I'm talking about 20 years down the line, future, 30 years, maybe, grandkids. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much for your input. Regensburg, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Move we adjourn.
May I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Very well, so adjourned.